All right, hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we get started, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakodash. Double honors once again, as always, unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us His truth. Peace, much love, and salutation as always to those for elect. And you see by the title, just something real quick I wanted to put up. Um, was just meditating on it and should figure might as well put something on wax. As the apostle Ariamlov says, strike while the iron's hot. But anyways, you see by the title, it says he's not lucky, he will not be prolonged. And obviously today is November 1st. All right, and amid all that food stamp shit and the government shutdown or whatever, well now they have or the judges say that they must pay some of the SNAP benefits, which I'm gonna just let this play for a little bit and then get some scriptures and that'll be it. And Lord willing is edifying. Fair use, fair use.
Two federal judges have ruled the government must continue to fund SNAP. The federal food assistance program was set to be frozen tomorrow as the government shutdown stretches into November. But more than 24 Democratic-led states sued the Trump administration over suspending the benefits. CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson joins us now to discuss. So, Jessica, these judges say the federal government needs to use contingency funds to keep SNAP up and running. Can you break that down for us?
Absolutely. There was a question as to whether or not the federal government was mandated based on the terms of the statute to continue to provide these SNAP benefits, even though we are in a government shutdown and no new budget has been passed. We now have two different district court judges looking at the statutes and saying that they believe the fact that there are contingency funds there and looking at, again, the language of the statute indicates that the federal government must provide at least partial funding for these programs. We should remind everybody that these are temporary restraining orders, meaning this is not a final ruling on the merit. Both judges are looking at who's likely to succeed, where there will be an irreparable risk of harm if you do or don't grant this emergency relief. And what we're seeing is in one case, the judge is saying, federal government, I think you need to pay, let me know by Monday. In another case, a judge is saying something very similar, which is you need to pay, essentially tell me by Monday that you did, but both of them globally reaching the same conclusion.
And see, the thing is, as for the lesson, this thing is not going to be prolonged. All right, because brothers have went through shit like this before. Something exciting comes up, and then Esau finds a way to, wiggle out. But ultimately, he's not wiggling out of anything. Okay, we have to understand this is all about the timing of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. Okay, and let's get this. In Isaiah 55:8, it says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." So the Most High knows what He's doing when it's all said and done. Okay, and again, this nigga Esau, he's not getting lucky. Okay, he's not good. We get to prolong our kingdom, because you go into the word prolong in the Edom, it says lengthen in time and extend the duration of delay, postpone. And we know there's no delaying with the Most High. We'll get to Habakkuk, but I want to get this as well in Job. All right, because the Lord has a bound set to where He cannot pass. Okay, let's see. Damn, how does it go? Let me give me 1 second. There we go. Job 14. I knew it was somewhere in there. Job 14 and 5. It says, seeing his days, y'all just get 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Okay. Well, I ain't gonna get the NLT. But yeah. Well, I'll get the CSB. It says, since a person's days are determined and the number of his months depends on you, and since you have set limits he cannot pass, which that was kind of mid. But ultimately, as it says, thou has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So there's a set time and date, okay, as the wind, the Most High is going to cast out his judgment. And once again, there's nothing that Esau is doing right now in the earth to prolong it. All right, whatever he's doing is all according to prophecy. It's all according to the will of the Heavenly Father. Okay, Habakkuk 2 and 3, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. Okay, so this wasn't the appointed time for that to happen. All right, and again, it could change. All right, but regardless, we know that prophecy is prophecy, man, and um it's going to happen. Let's see, let's get that word for appointed. Strong's H4150. All right, Mawa'id, I believe. Yeah, Mawa'id. All right. And it says appointed time, appointed place. Uh it just keeps saying it. I can't stand when they do that shit. You ask for a definition and they put the word in the definition. Let's look up a point on the Edamon or appointed. See, a point to decide, resolve, to arrange the time of a meeting, etc. Duly fitted or fitly to the point. Um, but yeah, make ready, arrange, settle, place. So there's a point, there's a certain point in time. All right, there's an arrangement, okay, that the Most High has made, all right, to where this vision is going to pass. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. So it's going to happen. It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And what's tarry mean? To delay in acting, procrastinate, retard. Okay, so to delay acting, be slow. So the Most High is not delaying anything. He's not procrastinating. All right, he's not slow in his judgment. No, it's just for an appointed time. It's for an appointed season. Speaking of, let's get that in Ecclesiastes 3rd chapter. Wow, wow, this damn keyboard. Hey, Ecclesiastes 3 and 1. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. Um, let's go down. Let's jump down to verse 8. A time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. And this is, we're entering to the time of war. We're not entering to better times. Cause see, that's the thing. People think that because they're if you know, if the possibility is of them dishing out at least a quarter of the SNAP benefits or whatever. Oh, good, you know, like in the comments. Damn, it was an Instagram post. Uh, but you know, people was in the comments. My God is better than Trump and all this other shit. You know, praising. It's like this is not. Um, this is not. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is of Yahweh Bashim Al but this isn't of your God. Okay. And when it's all said and done, um, this ain't stopping shit, man. The show is still going to go on. There's still going to be hell breaking loose, regardless. Okay, just because this shit got brought back, you think it's gonna go back to good timings, as it says, when they shall say, peace and safety. Let's get that, and that's really what they're doing. They're setting people up for the okie doke. All right, because they're telling you now it's good. We're gonna get it handled and all this shit, but when that devil come upon you with that great wrath, okay, it's gonna be different. First Thessalonians 5 and 3 For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon you. So yeah, we gonna cut back on the food stamps. We gonna do this. We gonna do that. We gonna make sure that peace and safety. Then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So you're gonna be in a decent position, and you're really not even decent, to be real. Okay, not even in a decent position. You niggas are still losing when it's all said and done. But you know, you can't tell a nigga that. He thinks he's winning just off the fact of his damn skin color. But anyways, um, yeah, that peace and safety, and them trying to give you that fake comfort going into. I brought it up, I think the other day in the lesson. Isaiah 30. Woe to them that trust in the shadow of Egypt. Okay, that's going to be your shame and your confusion. Because when it's all said and done, that this shouldn't even be a talking point for the Israelite man and woman. You should be focused on serving the Lord, but you're not, and you won't be, because you ain't the elect. Revelation 12:12, it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." And that's nothing. Esau's not prolonging anything. He's really pushing this shit out quick, because he knows that his time is short. So he's making moves. Okay, look at this bitch. My income, and it's the Edomite, Suella Weber, 8444. She she's through. Look at this. My income is only 481 a month. What the hell? Bitch? What are you doing? Damn. Yo, these niggas are losing. She is through. Look, that is Edomite. Let me flip this. Hold on, let me flip this camera. Y'all gotta see this shit. Oh man. Let's do the back. Look at her. So I'm gonna go back. Hold on, let me put this back up here. I'm gonna go back and read her comment. But she's finished. All right. Um, let's see. All right, gotta go back here. And again, these are the Edomites. These are the Edomites. Okay. These are the main people that are on Snap. They're losing. She said my income is only 481 a month. I get 208 in Snap. My rent is 130 a month, which isn't bad. Have lived in a KCDC housing unit for 6 years. I don't know. I don't know what that is. KCDC housing. Was that like fucking Section 8? Yeah, so it's just like a housing for families, seniors, and disabled low income residents. So yeah, Section 8 pretty much. So she's disabled, you know. She through. She's on SSDI, and I have a physical disability and a mental disability. I'm fixing to go to court for owing. She can't even spell. OWENG. Yeah, she got a mental disability, all right. Owing October's rent, and now November rent is coming up. I don't know how I'm supposed to pay this, but I have my court date, November 25th, and now they're going to cut out my SNAP. I don't know how I'm going to make it. I don't see it happening. There are people out here far worse than I am. I think everybody needs to pray for those that are fixing to lose the only thing they have, homeless people. I'm about to be one of them. By the grace of God, I may not. No, God's not with you, baby. You are done. Okay. I will pray for the government people and pray that they never have to live like us poor people do. But I wouldn't want what they have on every day. I'll still be fine. I'm sure they live a miserable life. My life will be just fine because I know where I'll be in the end. Amen. You're gonna be in shackles. Okay. You're gonna be in chains. What's her name? Suella. Oh my goodness. These people are losing. I'm trying to look at more comments. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Every able-bodied person in America should be working. Benefits should be for those who fall on hard times, need a temporary hand up with job search assistance, elderly, disabled, yada yada. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, she's through. That shit was funny. I had to. Oh my goodness, man, these people are losing, and then they're in the I mean, they're pissed. You know, they have their money. Give it to us. Yeah, these niggas are losing. And again, it's not prolonged, okay? And he's not getting lucky. He is his, as the saying goes, his luck is running out. All right. I'll play a little bit more. Stopped on 144. Oh shit. Hold on.
Obviously, we're talking about a situation where people may not be able to access these benefits. So when you're thinking about why do you typically grant emergency relief, one of the things you look at is who could be harmed again by granting or not granting the relief. I think that that will weigh heavily in favor of trying to get some money to people who, again, would otherwise be denied the benefits while these cases are appealed, but it's not a guarantee.
So if one of those 42 million Americans who would be impacted is watching this now, how would you say these rulings will affect whether or not they can get those benefits tomorrow or Sunday or Monday or the next day after that?
So I would say great question. These trial court rulings indicate that the 1 in 8 Americans who rely on these benefits should be able to get at least partial benefits. Having said that, we know these rulings will be appealed. So what we need to look at in the next hours is whether these temporary restraining orders, or in one case,
So
almost granting the temporary
if you get goddamn
restraining orders.
pretty much. So they gonna give you partial. You get 250, you gonna get $75, and you're gonna be happy about it. And this is all gonna lead to the chip. It's all gonna lead to the chip because it's just, these you see all these people that are fully, and again, majority of them are Edomites, all right. But all these people are fully dependent on the government and their assistance. And this is what the government does to you. They shut down, don't pay nobody, holding back food stamps, and then telling you to figure it out. And that's the end all be all. But these are the same niggas that's gonna take the chip. Watch. They going all these people that are fully, and they ain't even, nigga ain't even trying to make no damn shit, shake or whatever. Like Keisha. And get your ass up. Having all these damn Keisha have 3 baby daddies and be fully dependent on tax returns and like I said, all the government assistance and shit. These are gonna be the same people that take the chip. Just watch. They're gonna be the same ones.
Whether or not they're paused while the cases are appealed, that could mean people will not get benefits, at least for a temporary period of time.
Okay, Jessica Levinson, thank you.
Let's see what this one says.
The government shutdown hitting 1 month this morning, leaving nearly 42 million Americans who rely on food benefits without enough to eat.
We can't live in a country that's this wealthy and have people starving. It's just not okay at all.
The federal
1,044 comments. Call all y'all about Shemashai.
assistance program known as SNAP runs out today, but the Trump administration may be forced to shift federal dollars around to pay for it. After a last-minute ruling from 2 federal judges who said the White House is required by law to use emergency funds. The president late Friday saying it would be his honor to provide the funding, instructing lawyers to clarify how we can legally fund SNAP as soon as possible. The administration had been claiming it legally could not use the contingency funds to pay SNAP benefits.
And again, all this is fake money, you know, because ain't no goddamn real, it's not no real money backed by any of this shit. Ain't no, this shit is, Esau is losing. This is sloppy. How's the country 37 trillion in debt wealthy? You know, you can't compare paying the troops to paying SNAP benefits. That's gonna cause some insurrection too, because people are more worried about, you know, paying out the government paying out the SNAP benefits versus the damn. You got people in the military not getting paid. You know, quote unquote, serving the country. All right, the TSA agents, the niggas that work at the airports, all government jobs, they're not getting paid at all. But then you're gonna have, you know, the biggest nigger on the planet, okay, with a weave, and like I said, 5 kids. I gotta feed my fucking kids, nigga. It ain't worth a goddamn. So that's gonna cause some differences as well. Which I'm reading a couple comments. Um this one nigga. He said some of us live without the government's help. It's called get a job and work. And while that may be true, you gotta look at the state of the fucking economy, man. You know, finding a job is if it's a decent paying job, you know, that's a little bit on the tougher side because you need years and years of experience or some shit. Which your best option is to, you know, if possible, get into a trade. Okay, then you got to go to school for that, and you got to balance school and work. You know, shit, you barely got time for that. But I mean, he ain't lying though. Tim Thurpos, we probably ain't Edomite. Okay. Let's see. 70% of SNAP is not for Americans, it's for immigrants. I'm 75 years old and don't make 2,500 a month, yet I cannot get SNAP. And yeah, like the fucking the not I guess the rules or to be able to qualify, this is a whole bunch of bullshit. You know? My woman couldn't get SNAP because she put down that I lived in the house. You know what I'm saying? So Esau is just it's through. She said she might have to go to the food bank while her hair and nails are done. Probably got a new iPhone in her pocket. Yeah, that one video that it was a Eve woman calling out other niggas. Like I know the black community ain't complaining about food stamps because Jake do walk around with this rich ass mindset, Balenciaga's chains, weave, hair, you know, nails, eyelashes, makeup, Mercedes, all types of shit. You have all these luxuries, but here it is, you're crying for SNAP benefits. You know, if you actually need the shit, then that's different. But you niggas are through.
The shutdown, even though they found a way to pay the troops.
I think that liberal judges.
And prostitution's about to be at an all-time high. Bitches is about to be out here selling box for $20 in a meal. Watch. Ain't none of that $200. No, hell no. They're gonna be throwing it, you know, to whoever they can just to get by. And they're gonna be through. They're gonna lose. All right. That's why the scriptures say, let me get that real quick. I ain't trying to get on the women, but hey, ace of ace, huh? Isaiah 32:9, it says, rise up, ye women that are at ease, Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. You women about to lose, man. And that's when Isaiah 4:1 is going to come to play too. And again, that's going to be for the elect. It's going to usher in the Most High delivering his remnant, okay, by the process of bringing in women, and some of those women may have children because their husbands what? Let's get that. I said this one be quick, but it's whatever. What the hell? Oh, here we go. What is that? I think it's Second Ezra 16. Or is it 15? I think it's 16 and like 32 or something like that. 33. Second Ezra 16 and 33. It says the virgins shall mourn having no bridegrooms. Uh the women shall mourn having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. So again, a lot of these women, they're going to be fleeing and seeking out for men of the Lord because they husband dead. That nigga that he done starved to death. Because he was an idiot. All right, because that mentality that's gonna kill niggas too. That mentality of the women and the kids gotta eat first. No, because the man is the leader of the household, and if you are out here deprived and malnourished, okay, you can't lead these niggas. Your brain's not gonna be operating functionally. Now I'm not saying that like you the only nigga that eat and you just let everybody starve out. No, but you need to have the bigger, if not, or equal, or not really the bigger portions. Whenever you come across a can of beans, well shit. You get a third of it, you split that shit up between the rest of them. They'll be all right. Give them a little bit more water, whatever, however it's gonna be, but niggas gonna die off of that. Niggas gonna die from the race wars. They're gonna actually get drafted, go into the war, and perish. They're gonna get gunned down by troops. Okay, they're gonna get set up, ransacked. And the women, they're gonna be with their kids. They ain't gonna have a clue as to where the hell to go. And then not to mention, some of these same men, what is in is that 15? I think it's 15. Let's go to chapter. I think it's 15. Second Ezra's 15. And yeah, in 18, it says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So you're gonna have grown ass men acting like bitches in that day too. So they're not gonna be, they're gonna see that and be like, man, this nigga can't lead. But the men of the Lord, they're gonna be in a calm state. Okay, their minds are gonna be right. They're gonna be moving off of faith. And again, these things are getting ready to happen. And now, shit, bitches are struggling now. So they they don't give a damn about if you got another woman anymore. They just trying to make it out. And it's just going to increase and increase as the days go by. The closer that we get to the end, the more that the bigger the humbling. Okay? And that's ultimately what the Most High is doing. He's sending out a big humbling across the four corners of the earth because you people have moved in tremendous levels of pride. I'm talking pride beyond measure. Why are you spoiled? Jake act like they top dollar shit and you're not. Okay? So the Most High is just like, man, I'm sick of you niggas, man. No, we're done. No more niggas. All right?
Correct on this ruling. I think that our legal analysis is that we have to use the emergency money for emergencies.
The Trump administration has until Monday to respond to the court. Also today, the first day of open enrollment for the Affordable Care Act. Many Americans will see their rates for 2026 double or even triple because the ACA tax credits expire at the end of this year.
Americans have never seen a health care like this, the one that's about to begin Saturday. And Donald Trump is nowhere to be found.
What do you make of Democrats essentially keeping the government shut down for the Affordable Care Act, for healthcare policies?
I'm kind of on the fence. People are being affected daily because of the shutdown. However, if they don't stand now, they won't ever be able to stand up against this.
This
president.
nigga's feminine as hell.
Holding out their votes until Republicans negotiate a compromise.
Fucking
as millions of federal workers go without pay.
It's getting to the point to where we might actually have to go to the food bank.
Now, rather than concede to
you know, she wasn't too bad looking.
millions of federal
Let's see.
workers go without pay.
It's getting to the point to where we might actually have to go to the food bank.
You gonna have a bunch of them pulling up. We eat our own oil bread and let's just get it. Not 45, just 4. Isaiah 4:1, and the header says, a remnant prepared. It says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So that time is coming. Like I said, and nobody's really interested in dealing with the so-called black woman and her nonsense anymore. Any woman and her nonsense for that matter. All right. You're finding out that you're not the prize. You're finding out you're not independent. Your niggas are finding out that you're not him. You never will be. Okay. You're just another low-life black man in America, and you still call on Jesus, or you still think that, you know, doing crack or smoking or committing adultery and getting tattoos, you still think all that shit's cool and cute. Well, there's a judgment for that. And that's all it boils down to. That's all it really boils down to. There's a judgment coming for your actions, man. So that's pretty much it. Kind of went a little bit everywhere, but ultimately, man, he will not be prolonged. This isn't going on for much longer. This is an appointed time to where the Most High is getting ready to, and that's really what he's doing now. Because going back to that word for appoint, it says to arrange. So the Most High is just arranging all the puzzle pieces in the proper the proper placements, and then we gonna see at the end like, damn, this was perfect. Okay, this was absolutely perfect, like that meme, absolute cinema. Okay, this is gonna be a great thing to watch and behold, and Lord willing, we continue to the end. You know, it's gonna be even greater to be a part of it. You know, and reap of that benefit and see those rewards that, you know, we go out and preach to you, brothers and sisters, about. So, yeah, Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect. Just wanted to put that up. And before we close, once again, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Chakodash, and double honors once again, as always, and to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and taught us the truth. Peace, much love, and salutations always to those who elect. To the next one, Shalom.